Buddy, how y'all doing? Well, I am back on and I am going to be working right in this area, right in here. And I'm also listening to um, the pop-up live with Miss Joan and Miss Southern Belle. So if you hear them in the background, I do apologize. But yeah, I've been working on this pink cat earlier today, and then I got a little sleepy, so I went and laid down for a little while, and then I came back on. I came back up and got online, and Miss Southern Belle and Miss Joan were doing their thing on the live, so I figured I'd listen in. And Miss Southern Belle put in a request for a video tonight, so I am doing a video just for you, Miss Southern Belle. And but yeah, I'm working on this pink cat, and hopefully I can get it done before too much longer. Yeah, but yeah, I got my new 40-ounce cup. I got that in. My other one, it got knocked over and the top got broken, so I threw it away and I caught one on Temu on sale, on a lightning sale. I can't remember. It was like $9 or $10. It wasn't much, you know. And so anyway, so I got that. That came in today. It came in, and I was looking at it because the way it was packaged, and I'm going, "What in the world is that? I don't remember anything like shaped like that." Yeah, it was my cup. Got a memory like a sieve, you know. Hold on, and I'll show you. Hold on. I keep getting these child alerts on my phone. Hold on. Hopefully it's still, yeah, we're still running. Okay, hold on. I'll go get my cup and I'll show it to you. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of those child emergency alerts here lately. And so, anyway, this is what it looks like. Let me get this out of the way. This is what it looks like. It's a 40-ounce cup. And on the front of it says, "Life is better with cats." And I can attest to that. But I haven't used. I got to wash it out and then I can use it. But right now I'm just drinking out of a bottle. But it's a nice cup. It's got a little whoop. It's got a little flip top, and then it's got. I don't know. That came off for some reason. There we go. I got to line it back up. Is what it is. Anyhow, and then it's got a spot for your straw, and it's got one of these ones. See how it's. There we go. It's got a like almost like what you'd find on a McDonald's soda cup. You know, the top, only a lot tighter, and it just squishes down in there. It's nice. It's a nice cup. I think I got it. I don't remember for sure, but it was like $9 or $10. It wasn't that much, but I thought it was kind of cute. You see this one here? That one? Put green eyes on that, and you'll be seeing Frankie. She got them great big old eyes. See here? Yeah. That's the only black one on here is that one right there, and that's Frankie. Anyhow, so Yeah, like I was saying earlier, we inherited a stray cat. She just showed up one day, and she's been, we haven't been able to really get near her for about a week now, and we finally got her where she'll let us get close to her. And I think it's a female, but I'm not positive. And so we've been putting food and water out there on the porch for her. And so I've more or less kind of inherited it. So I got one more cat instead of two. Now I got three. I think I'm turning into the cat lady or something. Anyhow, but yeah, but she is so skinny. I mean, she poor thing's been starving. So I pulled out a bag of cat food, and I told my grandson and my daughter to feed them as much as you can and kind of keep an eye on her and make sure she has plenty of water. So now I haven't seen her today because I think these maintenance guys came out this afternoon, and we had this huge Bradford pear right in the front yard, and when it gets really big, it kind of goes over the trailer, and so it's gotten where it's too big, so they're trimming it back, and so anyway, they partially trimmed it, and the noise with the guys out there in a big truck and chainsaws, I think it may have scared her off a little bit. So she'll be back. She'll come back where the food is. And so I keep a small bag of cat food out there in the living room. And that way every time the bowl is kind of empty or getting there, we take and fill it back up. That way she can eat as much as she wants. If we keep feeding her and making sure she has water. And I need to figure out a box or something for her to sleep in, because I can't let her in the house because the other two just will not tolerate a new one coming into their domain. Frankie, she just got really upset the other day when she first saw her, and saw the cat come up on the up on the porch to visit with my daughter, and Frankie just came apart at the seams, and it took her about 2.5 hours to get over it, because she was in the bedroom, and she was hissing and growling at everything and everyone. She was not a happy camper, not at all. She was even hissing and growling at Lily when she came in. So she was not very happy about that stray cat being around. But she'll have to get over it. That one will end up being an outdoor cat. But my daughter has more interaction with it than I have, and she says she's really friendly. Once she decided to trust you, she's very friendly. So, like I told her, I said, find out if it's a girl, and if we can get some weight on her, then maybe I can see about taking her maybe next month or something, taking her down and try to have her spaded, so that way she's not going to have any kittens. But she's very, very skinny. Even my grandson felt bad about it and opened up a can of tuna and fed her some tuna because he felt so sorry for her. So we kind of inherited a kitty cat. So Miss Southern Belle is playing with her little lamb hand puppet. Yeah. I think they're getting ready to go off. I think so. They've been on there for about 4 hours. So, yeah, so Miss Southern Belle was saying that she wanted me to, was hoping I was going to make a video for tonight. Because she likes to listen to my videos just before she goes to sleep. I said, okay. Yeah, but that's all right. It'll work. And anyhow, but yeah, I worked on this quite a bit earlier today. And I'm just trying to get her done. Yeah, I got to take a picture and post my crazy bird that I finished. I just haven't. I haven't posted it or anything. Yeah. So, yeah, they chopped down about half the tree. When they trim it, most people just trim it a little bit and leave it at that, but they just about scalp the tree to where it's nothing but a real tall, lanky stump sticking out there. It does come back, but geez, it doesn't look very pretty when they get done with it. Yeah. Give it there. Mm-hmm. And so all I did was did a little diamond paint, and then I finally went out and emptied and put away all the dishes. I was gonna do it earlier, but it was just too hot. Can't stand the heat like I used to. You would think I'd be able to, seeing as I was raised in Florida where it's always hot, but unfortunately, I've got where I'm not used to the heat like it used to be. So, uh, get a hold of some little bit of wax here. I forgot to charge that other pen, so I'm just using the one with the wax. So, because there is a lot of R's right in here. Yeah, they've been on for about 4 hours. Yeah. It's Miss Southern Belle and Joan. And looks like Joan, I can't tell, but looks like she's doing a seascape or something. I can't really tell, but that's what it kind of looks like. And then Southern Belle, I can't tell what she's doing. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Kind of looks like an upside down barn. But then again, it could be something entirely different. But anyhow, and but most of the time I just listen as they talk and they diamond paint. I just sit and diamond paint myself and just listen while they're talking, you know. And At Miss Southern Belle, boy, she's a real character. She is very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get the views like I used to. I mean, I've been fighting with a migraine for about a week now, and and anyway, but there's a lot of R's right here. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter and my grandson, they went to Costco's this week. Yeah, my daughter wanted me to go with her, but I'm going, nah. I've had my outing for the month. I'm done. Anyhow, mm, yeah, I did some work on my quilt. Did some sewing on that the other day. I got in, I think, 3 or 4 of the 4 square panels. I got those. I got a bunch of those done, and then and then I got these ones in these squares. I ordered them, and I thought they were going to be cotton. Well, I'll kind of find out they're not. They're kind of like a real silky material, and so I was thinking that I could take and um, and you know sew them into like a patchwork, a square, a larger square kind of thing, and then turn them into like pillows, like you'd throw like a throw pillow. And I thought those would be kind of cute because that silky material is just it's not good for blankets. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is make a like a I don't know a 20 by 20 or a 22 by 22 pillows out of them, and then maybe put one of those bandanas on the back side of it. And there you go. There you go. Throw pillow. So we'll see. And yeah, I got those in the other day, and I'm going, that I don't think that's what I ordered. And then I got to looking at it, and I said, well, yeah, that's what I ordered, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But that's all right. So, so my daughter and I were talking about it, and I was saying, well, maybe I ought to make some throw pillows so that way you get some real pretty bright patchwork type pillows that we can throw on the beds or throw on the couch or whichever. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I know one thing. When I finally get done with this thing, I'm gonna be so sick and tired of pink. I am probably gonna be sick of pink for a while because this thing's got all kinds of pink in it. Yeah, I sent Star a blue, almost looks like a porcelain cat cross stitch because I knew she liked blue, And so I happened to have that in my stash and decided to send it to her. Yeah. So hopefully she enjoys it. I'm sure she will. And she gets everything squared away at her house, and she'll have to show us pictures of her kitchen and, where her husband's going to do all his cooking, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I ordered some more cross stitch. I probably shouldn't have, but they were just too cute, so I went ahead and got them. Yeah, one of them looks like an old granny in front of a sewing machine sewing, and kind of reminded me of Miss Linda, her on the sewing machine doing her quills. And then I got this other one. It's really pretty. It's a pink butterfly. So when it comes in, I'll show it to you. It's really pretty. And then the other one that I got is also pink, but it has dogs on it. It had all the different types of dogs on it. And I thought it was kind of cute. So I decided to get that one. And I got all of those. Amazingly, I got those all at Temu. And the prices weren't bad. They were about between $7 and $8. So it's not bad at all. Yeah. It's a lot of R's here. Yeah, I need to get my grandson. We have these thing called 4 o'clocks, and they come back every year, and they're very invasive. Excuse me. And I need to get my grandson in there with a weed eater, weed eat them back a little bit because they're overtaking the front steps. And so what we need to do is take a weed eater and whack them back a little bit. You'll have to excuse my voice. It's kind of croupy for some reason. I don't know if it's sinuses or what. I just know that I got a kind of a croupy sounding voice today. We're making a little bit of progress. Yeah, I'll show you these silk type squares that I got. And here in just a second. Yeah, my daughter, she made lemon pepper chicken with broccoli tonight. And I think she made sweet potatoes. Yeah, we all prefer sweet potatoes over regular potatoes. So, Yeah, there's a whole big old, this old section right here is nothing but R's. And there's a smaller section here, you know, on this one panel. It's just a lot of them. Yeah. I'm just making sure my camera's still running. I was doing a video the other day and it just turned off. Don't know why, just did. And so that's why I keep looking up and checking on it to make sure it's still running. Yeah. Yeah, let me real quick show you what I'm talking about. About the oh god. I like this little tray. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Come here. Sorry about pushing you out of the way. But this came in yesterday. And I got a whole bunch of these. There's like something like 25 or 50 in a pack. I don't remember. All I know is that I've got about 200 of them. And I thought they would, they were going to be cotton, but come to find out they're not. Hold on, let me see if I can find out how to open them. Ah, there we go. And what they are is different kind of polka dots, but they're kind of a, I don't know if you can see that or not. Here, let me turn this off for a second. There we go. Now you can see it. But they're real silky, and they're polka dots. All different kinds of polka dots. You got the small ones in different colors. Then you got the larger, a little bit larger. All right. Then you got them in brown. Oh, come on. And in blue. Okay. And there's black and white. And then you got purple. And it has other designs in there too. It's got stripes, which is pretty. That bright green. All right. And they're just basic, you know, your basic polka dots and stripes. There's black and white, orange, red, more orange. That orange must be a popular color. And then you got blue. And these are all the ones that are inside of these little packages. And there's like 52 a pack. And so there's some stars. Here we go. Gonna do red, white, and blue. How about that? And which I thought they were kind of cute, but I was thinking they were going to be cotton, but they come to find out they're silk. They're kind of a type of silk, so they would be fine for a pillow, but I don't think they would do very well for a quilt, you know. So, but anyway, that's what those are. And get back over there. And so that's kind of what those are that came in. And like I said, I got a whole bunch of them. And I was going to add them to the to my quilt, but as you can see, all right, they're all silk, but they're all polka dots and stuff. And I thought they were kind of cute, but I thought they were cotton, but they're not. So anyhow, that's all right. I can always make some throw pillows out of them and go that route. but I just thought you might be interested. So, and so we'll get back to doing what we were doing. Yeah, I like this little tray because you can close it up for if you need to, and without having to put your drills away. Just as long as you remember what it is you're doing, kind of situation. Yeah. And like I said, I worked on the four square of my quilt. You know, did about 4 or 5 of those the other night. I can't do it a lot because it really does a number on my thumb. So I had to take it a little bit at a time. You know. Yeah, my daughter is got a guy that's gonna. She's got the parts and everything, and she's getting ready to have him work on her brakes on her car. And so let's see. I'm thinking I may have to clean this thing out and start fresh with fresh wax because it's not picking up like it should. So, and but that's about all that's been really going on. The most exciting thing was Frankie getting upset over that stray cat. I'm telling you, it took her about 2 hours to get over that. She just, and then my daughter came in from the porch and came over, and it was, was patting her and hugging on her and stuff. And unfortunately, my daughter's had that stray cat scent on her, and that's upset her even that much more because she felt like Melissa had betrayed her. So she's a trip to say the least. Yeah, Joan, her kitty cat, I saw a picture of it. Her kitty cat looks exactly like my Frankie. Even has the same a collar very similar. I saw a picture of her on her tablet, and she said, "Oh my goodness, it looks just like Frankie." Um, and but anyway, yeah, my cats are kind of special to me. I like dogs too, but I kind of prefer cats. They're not near as noisy as a dog is, but unfortunately, cats are a little more destructive. Yeah, Frankie, she tried to climb up on this double-tiered shelf that I've got on the back of the desk where they sit and whatnot. She tried to climb up on that shelf, knocked a whole bunch of stuff down. She ended up breaking um, it's a ceramic type cup that my daughter had given me a couple of 2 3 years ago. She knocked that down and ended up getting broken. I said, "Oh well," you know. And that's the only thing with Frankie. She does like to climb, you know. Now Lily, she doesn't do it too much. Now, but if you got anything sitting on the desk or something, and she wants to sit in that area or that spot, She doesn't think twice about it. She will knock it on the floor just so it will be out of her way and so she can sit in that spot. Lily, she's my bull in a china shop kind of thing. Now, Frankie, she doesn't knock things over as much as Lily does. But she has her moments, just like last night. She has her moments. Yeah. But anyhow, get off of there. I hate it when I go to pick something up and it'll flip over on you just about the time you go to pick it up. And so you end up with a drill that's upside down on your pen. And we are making some bit of progress. I know it's been hot today. It was 91 earlier today here in Chickamauga, and I'm going, whoa, that's too hot for me. And then one of the ladies that she watches from, I think she's from Kentucky, and she said it was 90 in Kentucky. And I'm going, I'll be glad when this hot weather goes away. But then you watch, as soon as it starts to cool down a little bit, everybody's squawking about, I wish summer would come back. So we're never satisfied, are we? Oh, well. There we go. Yeah, I was watching Miss Linda earlier today. She was kitting up and getting ready to work on this one that somebody had sent her. It's like an angel. It's really pretty. And so she was kitting that up. Yeah, I got a bunch of them I got to take and break down and what is it, kit down, I guess. And put all those drills away. I got 2 or 3 of them I need to do that with, but I just haven't done it. Yeah. Yeah, I told Miss Bell that it would be late when I got my video up because it was already after 11 when I started. But that's all right. If she doesn't get it tonight, she can always watch it tomorrow. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, come on. Yeah, there we go. But we're slowly making some progress on this. It's just unfortunately I run out of, after about 30 minutes, I run out of stuff to talk about. So, yeah, I've been listening to books that I had purchased quite a while back um, on Audible. And they're ones that I've already listened to, but I was in the mood to listen to them again. So they had this one series. It's called The Alpha and the Omega, and it's written by Patricia Briggs, and it is about a clan or a group of modern day werewolves, right? And they have certain ones that go out and hunt down these rogues that are hurting people, and they're not supposed to. They have rules or something. And anyhow, so they go down and they hunt down these rogues and bring them in, and they have pretty good stories behind them. Yeah. These don't want to flip for some reason. There we go. And so anyway, so I've been listening to those, and then get some more, and then I got another one that I listened to that I haven't listened to in a while, and that's what they call the Argono series, and um, it's about this one family, and they're uh, immortals, and every now and then they have to go chase down a bad immortal that's doing bad things, and they've got to chase him down and bring him in, and it's a pretty good story. It's all right, but it's a combination of rogue hunters, basically, and a love story. Because they meet up with their life mate, and then it goes through of how he's trying to take and court or woo his life mate. And now these guys are, that are rogue hunters. A lot of them are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and they're trying to woo or court a modern day woman. It's kind of funny. So okay. So there. 'Cause I got a bunch of them over here too. But we're almost done with the R's on this side anyway. Yeah, I got into listening to Audible books uh, when I lost my eyesight for a long time there. And so I would get my daughter to help me download books. And then I would listen to books, instead of trying to read them. And I just got in the habit of it. And now I just enjoy listening to the stories, and I don't hardly ever read a book per se. You know, I usually just listen. You know, just got in the habit of it, I guess. Um, Now I read my Bible, of course, but I also have the Bible on my Audible app to where I can listen to it as well. And then I also got a book that I look at because it's kind of like a daily devotional, and it's for 365 days out of the year, and it's got scriptures for certain days, and it has and it's for for one, one is for the daytime and another is for the night, for that same particular date. um, and I read that sometimes. Yeah, I'm looking for any more R's. I don't see any in this sector. Nope. And so we can put these away. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it's hard to maneuver these, with having to get and still wearing that brace. It's a little hard to get things to go the way you want it to go. Number 17 right there. But I'll kind of real quick show you that book I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. It is Morning and Evening Devotionals, 365 days of the year, Prayers and Praise. Okay, and back here, all the way back here to what's the date anyway? I don't even know, to be honest with you. All right. Well, it's got to be at least the 16th or 17th, right? All right, here's one for the 18th, and it says over and over. Now, this one is for the day part, and it says, our fathers who were delivered from Egypt didn't fully understand your wonders, and they took you for granted. Over and over, you showed them such tender love and mercy. And it's Psalms 106, verse 7. And it says, our understanding of God can never diminish his wonderful and glorious love. He loves because he loves. There are no hidden motives or contingencies. Though we may take his mercy for granted, he still pours it out over and over again. He always gives generously, even when we prove our inconsistency in belief. Today, let's throw down our defenses and our disappointment in ourselves and welcome the tender love and mercy of God. He won't fail to pour it out as many times as he sees fit. He is abundant in loving kindness, and that will never change. Instead of writing it off or disqualifying ourselves because of our past, let's welcome His wonderful compassion towards us with open hearts of wonder and surrender. And then there's a prayer here that says, Father, you are so incredibly generous with your love. I cannot comprehend how you could pour it out so freely to those who forget so quickly. May my heart be woven into yours with gratitude as my heart's response to your mercy. Thank you, Lord. Isn't that beautiful? And then they have a nighttime one here. But I'll come back and reread that. But that's my book of prayers and devotion that I use. And it kind of gives me an area to start in, and then I'll look up stuff in the Bible that pertain to it, and which is pretty cool. Kind of gives you a starting point. Alrighty, let's do some S. Okay, 21. Let's see, 21. And so most of the time, that's usually the books I read right there. That and the Bible. I have what's known as a amplified Bible, and it kind of helps to explain things a little more clearly than the King James. But I also have a King James, so I like both of them. Yeah, my amplified Bible, when you pick it up, it feels like it's about 50 pounds. And then with my other Bible, which is over there next to the head of my bed, that's my King James. And it isn't near as heavy as that Amplified. Because the Amplified Bible is a kind of a study Bible. It gets into a lot more detail. You know. And so I have more than one Bible. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my daughter says, why don't you get rid of some of these Bibles? And I'm going, no. I said, they're good study Bibles. They give a strong perspective on certain things, and that we're just looking at it slightly different way. She says, okay. um, yeah. Yeah, I've got several. I've got an NIV. I've got the Amplified. I've got the what's the name of that one? The Living Bible, something like that. And then of course I have the King James. I have the regular King James, and then I've got a King James, a New King James, with a more modern day English. So yeah, I do a lot of Bible reading. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Not as much as I should, but anyhow. But then I think we all say the same thing, don't we? We don't study the word like as often as we should. But that's all right. Hey, at least we're trying, right? We get wrapped up in life, and we get and get busy doing stuff, and sometimes we forget to sit down and take that time and spend it studying the word. And unfortunately, that happens a lot. you know but we do the best we can. you know Yeah, and then I got that old series, and I still have it. Haven't given it up yet. That's it's what they call the Left Behind series. All right, it's a really good book, good story. And so I've got those. So I got plenty of stuff to listen to. Yeah, I try to tone down, so many books you get nowadays, and they just got some pretty rough language attached to them, and it's hard to weed through all of that. And because sometimes you can get a book and you go, oh, this sounds like a pretty good book. But once you get into it, you realize it's got a lot of foul language and an awful lot of smut, and so it's kind of hard to weed through those. Ah, come on. Get some more wax. Yeah, I don't get it all too often, but I like to get on online when Star is doing her Sunday or Wednesday devotional. I like getting on there and just listening. But then again, I'm what's known as a lurker. I don't type very fast, and so I lurk in the background and just listen mostly. Yeah, I might have to get Miss Southern Belle to teach me about uh, what is it that Streamyard or whatever it's called, and tell me a little bit more about it because I've got a camera coming in, and I want to do maybe some pop up lives, maybe, and maybe get some of the other people to pop up with me, and do some of those. I'll still be behind the camera where you can't see me. I don't like having my face put out there. Mhm. Yeah, got a young lady that tries, does the lives and whatnot, and there are trolls out there that harass her and make derogatory remarks about her, and it's just not right. And honestly, I don't want to have to put up with that either, because I'm not exactly skinny either, if you know what I mean. I ain't no Raven Beauty, that's for sure. And it's just, some people can be so cruel. I was raised, uh, to where, if you want to be treated nicely, right, you treat others the same. Now, if you're mean and spiteful and hateful, then don't be surprised if people come right back at you with the same reaction. Don't be surprised. But this young lady, she seems like a very nice young lady. She's not done anything to anybody. And, and these people just like to harass her, and make, you know, really mean remarks about her. And I'm sorry, but you just don't do that. I was raised with the idea is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you want to be treated good, you treat others with a bit of courtesy, and you'd be amazed at how many people would end up wanting to talk to you. But when you're mean and spiteful, no. People don't want nothing to do with you then, so. And unfortunately, this young lady hasn't, as far as I know, because I've watched her videos quite a bit, and I've never, I've never heard her be mean to anybody and make, snide remarks or anything like that. And so, she doesn't deserve to be treated that way. So that's why, one of the reasons why I stay behind the camera to where you don't know what I look like. So I could be walking right there next to you in a store and you would never know it. So I much prefer being in the dark, more or less. Being in the shadows where I can do and say stuff and talk to you and then be out in public somewhere and you have no idea that I'm standing right next to you. Okay. I like to be anonymous. Let's put it that way. Get over there. Yeah. Kind of running out of S's here. Well, I'll just finish filling this in, and then I think we're going to bring this to a close, I think. Because it's getting pretty late. And we've been on here for an hour, a little over an hour. So let's finish these S's over here. And then we'll close this up for the night. Oh, come on. I don't know what it is. I'm going to clean this thing. Once I get off here, I'm going to pick all the old wax out. And reload it with fresh wax, I think. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, come on. Hang on just a second. If you'll hold on for a moment. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my daughter came looking for the cat food. She wanted to put some food out for the little one. He must have come back. So what I figure we'll do is we'll finish up these S's right here in this corner. And then we will call it a night. Because all we got over in this far corner is N's and D's. So I think we've got all the S's. It looks like it. Alrighty then. I think we got them all. Alrighty. Well, we're going to put these away. And then we're going to bring this to a close. Let's see if I can get this thing open. I always have a hard time getting these tops open. And then I'm going to go check out the little kitty and see how she's doing. Make sure she's got water out there. That kind of stuff. Yeah. And put my stuff in there. And there we go. We're done. Yep. But we're almost halfway there. We're doing it. We're getting there. Because we're almost done all the way up to here. So we're getting there. Well, y'all have a good night. And I will see you sometime tomorrow, okay? All right. God bless you. God keep you. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you tomorrow. Good night.